Good morning, friends. This is time for a trade plan for our YouTube subscribers. We may have many, paid products, but definitely we are not going to let our YouTube subscribers down. So today in the morning, uh, the SGX Nifty is showing about 12,997, so around 13,000. Now the implication that has for the market basically is that we still remain a bit choppy and range bound. So the idea is that the market continues to show great amounts of ranging action, and it appears unlikely that we will move substantially from these levels. So the view that I have right now is that this is not an expansion market right now. So how do you deal with this? I think a good way of dealing with this is trying to buy into any decline to this zone, which is about 12,840. And on the upside, if we start to break out, a retest of 13,140 is possible. So basically, you have from current levels 100-point upside and 150-point downside. So 100-point on either side, give or take 30-40 points. So the market for the moment appears quite range bound. So even if you are taking a breakout from this range, your targets have to be modest. So your target here is this point, and let me show you how I have drawn this trend line. This trend line connects this low here to this low, and similarly all these highs are connected, and you get this sort of upside. So the issue is that the market is likely to lack momentum on either side. So that is how you play. There will be most probably lots of premium eating which happens. Even on the bank nifty, again, you have this sort of channel, and my advice would be that you buy around this zone, which is 29,400, and on the upside you could get 30,200 thereabouts. It does not appear that we are going to break down from this trend line or greatly break out from the trend line above. So for the moment, you have to be cognizant that we are likely to remain range bound. This range bound, this range right now is fairly wide. What will happen is that the range will start reducing, and then the market will be ready for the next trending move. So the idea is that you don't look for trending move. You look for ranging action, trying to buy at the lows at 29,000, sell closer to 30,000. So if you can define this sort of a range, I think it will be much more productive. So basically, any decline towards 12, 850, 900, and any rally towards 13, 150, 200, this kind of range can be defined. Let's have a look at individual stocks of where I think the action could be. Now, first thing is clear that this is going to be a mid cap market. So the first stock we look at is Voltas. Voltas has a nice strong uptrend, and on Friday it started to break out. So what you can do here is possibly keep a stop closer to say 785 and look for targets which are closer to 860. The other stock to look at is Exide. Again, if you see Exide, this has started some kind of expansion. Okay, so here what you can do is keep a stop closer to this zone of about 176 and look for targets about the width of this uh, sideways move, which is about 40 points. So 210, 215 could be that target on Exide. And finally, the third stock that I am going to give you is TVS Motor. Again, you can see TVS Motor is trying to expand on the upside. So what we do is we construct a trade with a stop about 485 and we look for targets of about 550. So these are the three recommendations I have for today. With the indices being choppy, I have given you approximate ranges. For the moment, it looks difficult that we are going to break 12,850. Similarly, it looks difficult that we are going to break 13,150. So this 2 to 300 point range would be something that you want to trade. So gap down, you buy, gap up, maybe you could even take a sell trade. So put on your sideways hat because at the moment there seems to be no momentum in global markets. So one more time, the Nifty has seen buying here historically, and this is about 12,800. We've come down here couple of times. and on the upside we have made highs which are a bit higher. So this way, buying option when it comes to these levels would be productive in terms of calls, and taking put positions here, that would be productive. But the idea is that you keep playing this range. Even though this is a narrow range, I don't think this is quite going to give you a big expansion. You may expand till here, then go back, or you may expand to the upside, then be range bound. So the month of December is not going to be a very clear one-sided month. It's more likely to be fairly range bound, and ranging strategies will work better here. So particularly on options, try to get long on boundaries. Remember this, the boundaries you can define on your own, but the breakout trading is unlikely to work. In terms of pivots, Camarilla pivots we are getting for the day at about 12,900 to about 12,935 in terms of support. Resistance is 13,035 to about 13,100. But I am more interested in the weekly pivots, which are, as we saw from the charts, 12,871 to about 12,773. On the upside, 13,065 to 13,163. So if you are looking for a ranging action, these weekly pivots become very relevant. On the Bank Nifty, you have pivots at 28,870 to about 29,200, and similarly 29,978 to about 30,300. So 29 to 30,000 on Bank Nifty broadly, and about 12,850 thereabouts to 13,160 on the upside. So these are your zones where you act. So that should be it for this little review video, and I'll try to post these on a daily basis, particularly for our YouTube subscribers who are not likely to see me on television anytime soon. In terms of our products, we have the join buttons which are there, the silver, diamond, gold packages. You also have our recorded webinar plus a live webinar which we are planning on the 19th of December. So call 98710 or WhatsApp at 98710 or email at ashwani_gujral@yahoo.com. That's ASHWANI_GUJRAL @yahoo.com. So these products are up for grabs, and particularly on the live webinar where the seats tend to go fairly quickly. So have a good trading day. Take care, trade well, and please consult your financial advisor.